Hello, I hope I don't look too messy. I actually just barely got back in from playing Recolors games and with two dogs, and I thought, what a better time to record this message saying thank you for Recolors than when I look a mess from playing Recolor games. Before I go into what happened, I feel like I really need to highlight a sidebar really quick. So there was an interview that you did with Bob Bailey. I think it was on your personal YouTube, not the dog's that. And he was talking about seagulls retrieving that red ring and the eagle attack. That, I think it was that episode. But anyways, it was mentioned in passing that his wife Marion Bailey was one of the direct graduates from B.F. Skinner, and so I think you mentioned you were talking to Behavior Royalty, and when you brought that up, it just dawned on me. I was like, wow, that makes Garrett mentoring under them, the Baileys, third gen Skinner, and it hit me hard because it's like, okay, that means all of your students are technically fourth gen Skinner. How cool is that? And I just thought that was the coolest thing, that you're affordable. You've spent all these years in your life experimenting with this and that and finding all the wrong ways and the right ways to do things intelligently. And I've seen trainers with less experience, and they're charging far more, and you're not doing that. You're affordable to people that are just like me. I'm just a small town trainer. I've only been doing this for 2 years, and your methods are my favorite, and I want to master them to the very best that I can. And I can't afford some of these trainers that are charging $2,000 an hour. I'm not even kidding you. Like, US dollars, there was a trainer that I really wanted to explore, and it was completely unaffordable. And you could be charging so much more than that. You could. And I just wanted to say thank you for being available. Every time I've seen you mention Bob Bailey, you're always like, well, my mentor, Bob Bailey, and you just have so much pride and love when you mention it and you say it. And every time I get the chance to say, my mentor, Susan Garrett, like, I always say it with that same pride and love that you have for Bob. And I want you to know that, I'm 34 right now. And I will continue to say it with the most love and pride until the day that I die, every single chance that I get. And anyone who I end up mentoring in the future, you'll kind of become like their Bob Bailey, and I just thought that was a really cool thought. There was a situation just yesterday where we're 6 months into Recolors right now, and I was taking my dogs to a lake where we always go, and there's never been any issues there, and they were off leash, and we were just having a grand old time swimming. Well, I didn't know that there was rattlesnakes, and I'm splashing around in the lake having fun, and I'm quite a distance away, and I look over, and my dogs are very curiously leaning in towards something at the bank, and I hear a rattle, and I focus in on where the sound is coming from, and I see a rattlesnake that was very frightened because my dogs were both nose to nose in this rattlesnake's face. So I used to foster reptiles. This snake should have bitten my dogs at this moment. Like, by the time I noticed, these snakes should have bitten both of my dogs in the face. So my dogs were close enough to lick this snake in the face. She was very scared, and she was pulled back, and she was rattling by the time that I saw my dogs there. And it was the recall, which, knowing snakes, I was afraid that when my dogs flipped around, that motion would trigger the snake to strike. But I recalled, and both my dogs flipped around and jumped into the lake and didn't get bit. She was about right now, because that matters. I'm assuming that she was a lady, because lady snakes tend to run a little bit bigger, and she did have that badonkadonk. There's probably a million things that I could thank you for, but I thought maybe let's start with my dogs being alive. So, and they're over here doing alive things right now because of you. So thank you for your life's work. Thank you for sharing it with all of us. Thank you for being you. Thank you for making it so easy to understand and to pass along. Last night I got to lay down and snuggle with both of my dogs. So for my gratitude journal last night, it was for my dogs still being here with us. So I'm sending you hearts from Heart to Heart K9. It can only be half a heart though, because I'm holding the camera because I wasn't prepared. So I hope that I can get this thank you message to you, and I hope that anybody who sees this, if you haven't already joined Recallers, as soon as you can afford to do so, and put that in your time slot. I really hope that you also join it in case you end up with a situation like I did, where both my dogs were face to face with a very, very patient rattlesnake. So I need to also make a thank you video to the rattlesnake. Let's see if we could do this. Could you both scream thank you? Here, just me. Hop it up. Good kids. Thank you. And then could you both scream thank you? Up walk. They scream thank you. And up. Glad. Good babies. Yeah, they scream thank you.